Now, Professor Joshua Alabi is former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Accra. He's a politician, an academic, a football administrator, and a family man. He's our special guest for today. After years out of frontline politics, the former Member of Parliament and Minister has now made his intentions to lead the NDC in the 2020 elections to wrestle power from the governing MPP. He believes the NDC stands a better chance of winning power with him as the leader and flag bearer of the party. In an exclusive interview with Gifty Andorpia, the Russian-trained first Vice-Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies points out the mistakes of the Mahama-led administration that sent the NDC party to opposition. Let's watch.
Sure, it was not smooth because before then I presented my vision. And you cannot have a vision all by yourself. The vision must be collectively owned by the people before you can move the vision. So I presented my vision to the people. They bought into the vision. And once they agree with me, it means that there's collective ownership. Okay? So first, you should ensure that you have collective ownership of your vision. But of course, in every transformation, there's bound to be resistance. Now, the way you see resistance can make you succeed or fail.
Okay.
Some people see resistance as somebody trying to bring the whole organization backward, or somebody against the leader.
How did you see it and how did you work it out?
Resistance is simply energy driven in a different direction. And you as a leader must try to reorganize yourself to get that person who has a lot of energy to bring the energy on board for you to move as a team. So sometimes I use a lot of human relations, those who know me, to get you to appreciate what we have to do and understand where we want to go to.
Okay.
Right? So you see that a lot of people who resisted initially fell in line. And we were able to move the school to the level that we did.
What kind of future do you see for UPSA?
Future for the UPSA. I'm very confident that with the infrastructure that we have and the systems that we collectively build, the current administrators and future administrators will do better than myself. Because in everything, you need a very solid foundation. My concentration was just to get the school on a strong foundation and for the school to be able to compete with any first-class university in this country. Okay? Now, having done that, the school is now ready to take off. And I would not be surprised if the current administrators do better.
Than you did?
Yeah, do better. And I pray that they do that. Because what is leadership about when you leave and you see things coming backward the way some people might think is to be. So I see this institution moving faster. I'll give an example. I was not concentrating on world university ranking. It was not very important to me at that time.
Yours was to build a university.
Yes, I was not concentrating on that.
That you could be proud of as an alumnus.
Yes. I was concentrating more on the quality of the products.
Okay.
Who should be acceptable out there. The world university ranking does not seriously look at the quality of your product outside.
What does it look at?
About the research capabilities of the lecturers, whether you have some Nobel Peace Award, something, all those funny things are there.
Okay.
Right. But I always tell people, whether you are trained from the moon or you are trained from the sun, it is about you.
What was your most difficult moment or the toughest challenge that you had at UPSA?
The toughest challenge. There were a lot of challenges, I must admit. I will not be able to categorize them.
Okay.
But one challenge was when the university, the institute, was under the tutelage of the University of Ghana. And sometimes we have problems of going through our examination questions. I felt that if under somebody, his inability to perform his part of the job
affects you.
Yeah, affects me, and I should not feel because of that. So I needed to get the school out of that, and for that matter, to get the presidential charter.
Right.
That was when I took over in 2008 in April. I was then acting before I became the substantive. So with some of my officers, we gathered all our documents and applied to government through the National Accreditation Board. And we were very happy when President Kufuor signed the charter somewhere in September 2008.
Speaking of
with this, I knew we were ready to go.
Speaking of President Kufuor, we can perhaps move our conversation into the politics of it. You seem to be able to, I mean, Albert Kandapa, who is now Minister of National Security, worked at UPSA whilst you were rector. It appears that you seem to, you know, cast your net across the political seas. How does that work? How has it worked for you so far?
What is life about? Early morning, you tune into radio stations and insults and noise all over. What's life about? How many years do we have in this world, right? So you just get up because somebody is at the other side of the political divide. When you meet him, you squeeze your face. I don't believe in that, right? I believe everybody in this country has something to offer, right? And I don't think that being political opponents means we shouldn't be friends. No. You believe in your party, and I believe in my party.
And whilst you're at it, Prof, you were still active in the NDC. How did the people in the NDC see you as someone who's, let's say, giving opportunities to persons in the NPP, someone who seems to be getting things done through an NPP government?
Like the charter, for example.
Perhaps other things too.
UPSA is a government institution.
Right.
It's not about Alabi. It's a government institution. It belongs to government.
Well, quite apart from the charter, how did people within the NDC get to, what was their perspective, seeing that you seem to be, you know, working across political divides?
On the other hand, people are also perceiving UPSA as an NDC school. So you see, when you do your work well, two sides may blame you. Because you get to UPSA and people tell me that we have a lot of lecturers who are NDC, and I don't know. We don't count them. And you're also telling me today. So you see, anybody who does his work well faces a lot of challenges and criticism from all sides. Yeah.
Speaking of politics, you want to be president, Prof?
At the moment, my party is going through the reorganization. And very soon, we'll go through our constituency elections, branch elections, constituency elections, the national elections, and then finally, the elections for the flag bearer. I must admit that I have the appetite for it, but I strongly believe that if God gives me the energy and the strength, and everything that it requires, when they open the nomination, I may take advantage of that.
Right.
But for now, I have strong appetite for it.
Strong appetite. Yes. That's an interesting point to start our conversation.
Yes.
What kind of core competences do you think you have that, for which reason, if the NDC passes you, the people of Ghana should vote for you?
Leadership. You see, it's not about talking eloquently. It's not about having to, I don't know how to put it, but this, in all, leadership is about a leader with the members, okay? Moving together, right, to achieve the organizational objective, right? And I believe that I have the leadership qualities. That one. I was a student leader, and I learned a lot as a student leader, and I have that experience. And as a student leader, I dealt with people, okay? I came into politics, and I was in leadership in politics, not only as a member of parliament, but as a minister of state. And in all, I dealt with people, so I learned a lot from that.
Okay.
I was a football administrator, right? From Great Olympics to GACA to GFE. And again here, I dealt with people. So I learned a lot from them. And I was in the university. Rose to the rank to vice chancellor. And these two are dear to people. So I believe I have all the experience from all these leadership roles that I played.
You'd hear people say that managing a university is one thing, but being president, managing an entire country is a different ballgame.
Yeah.
It says that people are not really going to accept the transformation that you've put together in the UPSA as a strong leverage, for which reason they should try you for president.
You know, moving to class 6 is quite a difficult ballgame. If you are in class 5, moving to class 6, right? But how do you get people move from class 5 to class 6? It's from their performance, right? So nobody was born a president, right? But we move people because of what they've done in the past.
Okay.
The role that you give them, the performance, right? You don't just pick somebody from class 1 to class 6, right? And you don't just promote anybody from class 5 to class 6. You're promoting the person based on performance. So I think you just go back and ask the former students of the Soviet Union, my performance as a leader. That is one. You go to football and you also ask them, my performance when I was on the GFA and Galka. You can ask them, they are there. Now you go to Tamale or Accra to ask them about my performance when I was a Minister of State. Is there. And then in the academia too, because of the physical infrastructure, you see that easily. But I'm more, my satisfaction from the academia is more with the systems that we build that you can see. So if you have all this to see, right? And of course, nobody becomes a president before they make him a president. Okay? President Kufuor was not a president before he became a president. President Tamis was not a president before he became a president.
Okay.
And President Akufo-Addo was not a president before he became a president. So how do you become a president? I don't know whether we have some criteria for selecting, but I believe if you have, I strongly qualify based on what I've done for this country.
So a strong
it's not for
appetite.
nothing. It's not for nothing that this country recognized me and gave me the order of the officer or voter. I don't think they just throw this to anybody. They give you because of your performance.
So a strong appetite, and you believe you have the competencies of leadership. Why has it taken you so long to make this public? I mean, we've seen you go around, you've been to various parts of the country, we've seen a lot of things on social media, but it seems it's taken you a rather long time to come out and just admit it, say it.
Our party have done a program. And first, it starts from the organization of the branches to the constituency, to regional and national, okay? So for now, we don't have any presidential aspirant in the NDC, okay? What people are doing, and it's exactly what I'm also doing, is consulting people to see whether they think I'm suitable. And I tell you, I get surprised what people tell me. Things I don't know about myself, they tell me.
Like what?
And they believe that I'm more than qualified.
What are some of the things they tell you?
Some of the things they tell me.
Yes, but I mean, let's focus on the ones that you didn't know about yourself.
Simply put it, they tell me I'm overqualified for it.
Oh, really?
Yes, they tell me.
And they give you reasons?
I don't want to share the reasons with you now.
Oh, why not? You should
because
share.
The reasons will come out the very day I'll announce. And I'll give reasons why. I mean, let's relax for some time now.
If your strong appetite obviously will push you to pick up the forms and fill it out and become a presidential candidate, you're going to be facing a few of your other colleagues. Former President Mahama, we understand, is having a lot of pressure piled on him to contest. Ekospio Gabra, I've spoken to him myself. He believes that, and he's made it in clear terms that he is certainly going to be, going to contest for the flag bearership.
He told you?
Yes,
that
he
he's going
told
to
me.
contest?
Yes,
okay.
yes, he has.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was very categorical with it. He is.
Okay.
And apart from that, we've had names like Sylvester Mensah, we've had names like Alban Bagbin. Are you nervous?
No. I've been in competition all my life, especially football, right? If you're a football administrator, you don't fear competition. You don't fear. You move your team, you play, you win, you draw, you lose, right? I don't know whether former President Mahama told you he'll be standing. I don't know.
He hasn't said it. That's why I said
good,
we've heard that there's pressure piling up on him.
It's the same pressure that piling on all of us.
And we saw 10. We saw 10 regional chairmen of the NDC actually go ahead to endorse.
And you saw the backlash. You saw the backlash, right? You saw
Those
the backlash.
were people from within your camp?
Not my camp, the NDC, the party. You saw the backlash, right? It was unfortunate, but then that is something the party.
When you first heard that, how did that make you feel?
It looked funny to me because even the regional chairman will be going for elections, right? Going for elections.
Were you satisfied with the response that the party gave?
Of course, yes, right? Because some of us led us to even to reduce our parliamentary seats in their various regions, right? Instead of you to think of reorganizing to increase our numbers next time, we are thinking of endorsing somebody.
Why did you think they did what they did?
I don't know. But the most important is that there was serious backlash from the party. And I think that the party is very firm on it. The party disagreed with them.
If President Mahama
And
goes,
I think President Mahama himself disagreed with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if President Mahama goes, he's known, he's been marketed,
Yeah.
you certainly, he will give you a run for your money, don't you think so?
All of them, right? It will be one competition that the party will enjoy, right? It will be one competition that the party will enjoy, all of them. You don't have to underrate anybody. I don't do that in my life, okay? I don't do that in my life. But I'm very confident. I'm very confident that former President Mahama, right, will support me to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're confident.
He is going to hand over the baton to me, then I'll move the party.
How do you know that?
I have it in me.
Okay, well, let's talk about your involvement.
He's going to hand over the baton to me.
Let's talk about your involvement, Prof, in the reorganization. It was something that you were telling me in the beginning.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of things. We've seen a report that the NDC has denied is the Kwesibwache report. In that report, it tells the party what to do, why the party lost the 2016 election, and all of that. So you're working on the reorganization. Exactly what is your role? What are you doing?
We'll be moving to the branches at the various constituency level, talking to them, giving them hope. In fact, I've been telling some of our colleagues that this is not the first time. The party lost election in 2000, yes. And we started with reorganization. I was key in the reorganization. At that time, I was the regional chairman for the reorganization team of the NDC. I quite remember Obadasama was the national chairman for the reorganization. We went around, we gave our people hope. We told them there was no way this party could be extended the way they are talking. Those days, they were chasing us all over, right? Those were the days that we heard of APPP and APP hoo-ha, right? It was very interesting. And people thought that was the end of the NDC. I believe you also thought so, right? But we went around, we gave them hope. We encouraged them. So and we told them collectively, we are going to bring this party back, right? So the party worked. And there was a strong show in 2004 election. And that convinced us that there was no way we were going to lose the 2008 election. Okay. We did very well. We're in a similar situation. Not even as serious as the first time, right? I'm very confident with what we've started now. This party will win the 2020 elections. Okay. The NDC is coming back 2020. I'm very, very confident of that.
In your opinion, why did the party lose? We've seen all the infrastructural development that went on during the NDC administration. And it seems that the party itself was very confident it was going to win. Why did it lose?
You see, we normally put it this way. We gave the MPP the chance to run affairs of the state this time. They didn't win from their own.
The NDC lost?
Yes. There was a strong disconnect between government, the party executives, and the grassroots. And they really announced that seriously at the elections. They were talking about it. I think we're not listening, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that if we're able to work on this, and this is exactly what we are doing, we are going to bounce back 2020. We need to listen to our people. We need to involve them. The party must be in the center of governance. And I think this is what they expect.
A year ago today,
Yeah.
it was election day. What were you doing?
I went to Nungwa to vote, right? And because I voted for my party, I was very confident we shall win. Because I thought I was the only
You
one.
only have one vote.
Yes, I thought I was the only one.
Or did you go with your family?
I went with my
your
wife,
family?
we voted. So at least NDC got 2 votes from this house, right? So if it is just this house, then we have won the elections.
But it wasn't, obviously.
But others too were voting.
And after you casted your vote, you came back home. What were you thinking?
I ran around to some of
win?
the police stations, and I still believe that we'll be able to sleep through until in the evening when we lost Krowo, Nungwa, my hometown. And any time any party wins Krowo, I tell myself that party has won the elections, because Krowo has never been opposition.
Okay.
Krowo moves with the government of the day. So when we lost Krowo, it was clear that we were going to lose Lady Kuku, right? And also Daddy Kutupon. You watch it. Any time we have election, check the results from Krowo. It will tell you who is winning the elections. So once we lost Krowo, I mean, I just told my wife, it's going to be hell for us. And true, it's run across. Krowo, because we have everybody there. I must tell everybody. Right? We have the Gans there, we have the Kans there, we have the Airways there, we have the Northers there, right? It's a mix.
It's a mix,
Yeah.
a mixed bag of people from all parts of the country.
So my advice to you, the media, after any election, just check Krowo, then you won't sleep.
So in the evening, you realized that it wasn't going very well.
Yes, I realized it was not going very well after I got the results of Krowo. So I took Vellum and slept.
So you didn't hear the comfortable lead mantra?
I woke up and I heard comfortable lead, but the figures were not moving that way, right?
So at that point,
so I felt that it was a way to calm down people, right? It was nicely done.
You think so?
Yeah, it was nicely done.
People thought that it would then incite people to be
a bit
violent.
No. They try to water down the pain, and then gradually it will come down. They will all go and sleep. Right.
So you had a comfortable lead mantra, but there was a press conference at dawn even, where the NDC, came out to say, look, Ofosuampofo was very furious, because at the time I think McMenu had said something about their figures and all of that.
I believe that they were doing that because of the rules of the game. It was clear that this is the work of the Electoral Commission. So why do we rush to do that, right? We have the Electoral Commission. We all agreed before, in fact, including civil society.
Okay.
So for one party to announce the results, this nearly caused serious problem 2004 elections, when Jake announced that they have won. But our people wanted to move to the streets, because how can a government announce that we have won? It's the Electoral Commission. Right? In every competition, we have the rules of the game.
Right.
And we all need to be disciplined to follow the rules of the game, because we all have teaming supporters. You see, in Ghana, before any major election, right, before any major election, apart from what we had recently, it is believed that the NDC has about 45% and the NPP has 45%. What one needs more to win the election is the 5% plus one vote. So we all have the numbers. And look at it. You announce and people move out. We also announce and people move out. You can see the clash. That's why we all need to follow the rules of the game. And I think that's why our members were not happy. For some people were not very happy with that one. Yes, I believe so.
You believe so?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's been a year of the NPP administration.
Yeah.
You're smiling. You're happy with the administration and how it's worked so far?
The NPP administration?
Yes, sir.
Well, they gave some promises and the people voted for them because of that. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But I have a strong problem with the free HSS. I think it's a problem. And as a Ghanaian, I think that I still have interest in seeing to it that the free HSS succeeds. So I think what we have to do is to form a very strong committee, right, to look at it seriously.
You mean right now?
Yeah, yes, to look at it and see. You see, sometimes you might think that we have the men to do everything all by ourselves. But in Ghana, we have people across.
But what's the exact problem you have? If we set up this committee, what is the committee supposed to do?
To see to the possible source of funding.
Okay.
Right? And a strong team out of this committee to see to monitoring of the implementation. Right? Sometimes we come out with policies and the monitoring is either weak or not there at all. Right?
Okay.
So possible source of funding, monitoring, right? And to make sure that we sustain it. Yeah.
If you became president, Prof, what would you do with the free SHS policy?
I'll polish it.
I'll doing what?
It and make sure. Of course, like I've just told you, I'll get experts in this country to help me.
But you won't scrap it?
Why? My sister's son will go to school free. I should be happy.
Okay.
I should be happy. Free. But then, once I'm told it's free, in my mind it's free. So it should be free. So let's work towards it. That's all. Yeah.
I'm sure that you have done your analysis of your chances, the NDC's chances. What do you think the John Mahama administration could have done better, and that perhaps they could have still stayed in power if they did?
We should have worked seriously with the party structures. Because there was a clear signal they told us before and during the election and after the election as we go around. Okay? So I think that we should have worked more with the party structures, right? Involve them, and so that they will see a sense of belonging, right? We don't just allow them to vote for us, then we form government, and then they are party, we are government. Let's involve them. I think that there was a strong disconnect there.
A strong disconnect.
And that's, we have to work on that one.
We've seen, the Kwesi report that we've seen indicates also that there were a lot of money going into wrong hands.
The report that you have seen?
Yes.
But we came out to tell the whole world that that's not the report.
Let's assume that it's not the report, but a lot of monies went into the wrong hands.
I'm not aware of that.
A lot of people at the grassroots have complained about
I'm not aware of wrong money going to the wrong hands.
not having enough money for the campaigns.
I'm not aware of wrong money going to the wrong hands. I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that.
So we're wrapping up
people simply refuse to vote.
People simply refuse to vote?
Yes, protests.
In protest of what? The disconnect?
Yes.
I've personally heard a lot of people complain about not having access to cash for their campaigns.
That's what you heard?
Regions. Yes, sir.
I see. I focused in my constituency, and I don't think that was a problem.
You're focusing only on your constituency?
I focused during the election at my constituency, and I don't think that was a problem. The problem was the disconnect.
Okay. With your strong appetite for with your strong appetite for the seat of the presidency, sir, what do you think will be the challenge for you?
Just come clear, challenge.
What will be a major setback if you were to do your analysis, as to your chances?
I believe I'm going to, if we open nomination, and should I present myself? Like I said, I have strong appetite for it. I believe I'm going to sail through.
Okay, and I asked that on the background that there was a recent scandal about SNIT. You were the board chairman before, and It was a big deal.
Big deal.
A big deal.
That's what how people kept it. Big deal.
It was a big deal. It was all over.
Magnified by people like you, eh?
Sorry?
Magnified by people like you.
Not necessarily.
Go on.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Prof, how did you feel about that scandal? Did you really lead the management team to make a purchase that was not fit for purpose?
I believe in your own small way, you've done corporate governance before, right? And we have, in governance, we have chief executives who run the day-to-day administration of the business. They form the management team. We also have a board. This is a policy direction of the organization. There's a third one. Sometimes we have what we call the executive chairman, who is very powerful. Okay. Executive chairman. In my case, I wasn't the chief executive, and I was not an executive chairman. I was a board chairman who goes to Senate once a month to preside over meetings, right? Documents presented by management to the board. So the board chairman, as an individual, does not meddle with the management affairs of Senate. Okay? The board chairman does not award contracts. In fact, he doesn't even know how contracts are awarded. And that is how it is structured over there.
How much did you know about this transaction?
Let me say, the board chairman also does not sign checks. Okay? The board chairman presides over the meeting every month, right? Now, like I said some time ago, we met the project. I believe initially the management didn't know the magnitude of the job itself.
Okay.
Right. So they awarded it. We came and we met it. They took us around to see progress work. Right. So it was there before we moved in as a board. Now I believe they had challenges and they needed to do one or two things. So they packaged all what it's supposed to do and took it to the right place, which is the procurement. Is it the National Procurement Authority? Yeah, they took it there. And it was approved for them. Okay? So they started implementing. What the board does in every organization is to approve the budgets. Right? So when it was approved, the board took a decision on this thing when they went beyond the approval and they came for ratification and the board queried it. So I don't know how my name was smuggled into this scandal.
Okay, so the board that approved the budget was chaired by yourself?
Of course, every year you approve budget.
So you would have gone through it to know that
yes.
Everything, that value of money, value for money has been done?
You see, when you are approving a budget, you don't do value for money audit. You see, this is what people should be doing, the media. Educate the people. You are approving of budget and you are talking of value for money audit. No, value for money audit comes in, right, when you see a project going, right, and you want to be sure that the amount of money that you are spending is worth what you are getting. But
didn't it alarm you then that a software, or let's say a system, was costing that much?
You see, they're dealing millions of dollars. In fact, the first time I attended a board meeting, I saw million. I said, this organization, let me sit well. Because paper, million. Okay. Right. Now, you see, the work of SNIT in every country, the Social Security Fund is used as support for investments in that country. So, an organization like the World Trade Center, HFC Bank, Eco Bank, they invest a lot, and we are talking of millions, right? The software was really something that I think SNIT needed, even though, like I said, we met it, okay? But like I said earlier, maybe the initial stages, they didn't know exactly what they wanted. The Director General, the current one, said it somewhere on your station.
Yeah.
That it's like you bought a car, then later you realize that you have to buy a spare tire, later you realize that you have to buy the jack. That was what happened to them, right? Now, if they brought a budget that they needed a spare tire, and you are board members, very, very competent people at the board, I must tell you, a very powerful board that nobody can manipulate. You look through and say, oh, really? If you need a spare tire, you can go ahead and buy.
But the question has been whether or not, if it was their own project, their own money, their own company, whether or not they will go ahead and expend so much.
This is the problem that we face when we don't allow people to run institutions, right? We sit outside and we assume we know everything about what people do. Like I'm sitting with you. How do I assume that the way we are interviewing me is right or wrong? And then because we have the airwaves, the media, right, we just criminalize people just like that. Right?
I mean,
no, let me land.
Okay.
Right? Let me land. Right? You are sitting telling me that I should have known that it was too much. Technical job like software, right? I should have known as board chairman, this figure is too much. So don't do it. I mean, you are not being fair to even your viewers. You are not being fair to them.
I asked whether it occurred to you whether or not you were at a point alarmed at the amount that was being spent on that system.
I was alarmed when they went beyond the budget, right? And other board members too were alarmed. And we said, no, you can't do that. If we approved, the procurement authority approved X amount for you, work within it. If you think that you have to go beyond it, right, then come to us first. Convince us, then you proceed. That was the problem.
I spoke to your wife some time ago.
Yeah.
She said that she thought that there were deliberate attempts to put some kind of debt on you.
Well,
Is that how you felt?
I don't know how my name was smuggled into this thing. If you call it a scandal, but I heard some time ago that Joy FM now started justifying some of the things, your own station, right? But you are still calling it scandal. Okay.
Well, it was a scandal.
Yes, well, that's how you call it. And once you are very powerful in the media, you term it the way you want to. Now, you see, personally, I don't know how my name was smuggled into this as a board chairman. Honestly, I must tell you.
You didn't think it was your responsibility?
No.
And you wouldn't take
I've been a chief
for it.
executive. As the vice chancellor, I was a chief executive. And I know what I do as a chief executive and what my board chairman does. Right? I know. So if there's any problem as to the management of the institution, you don't go to my board chairman. You come to me. If there's a problem as to the policy, right, then you can go to the board. Right? But imagine we have a board and I preside over the board, right? And as the chairman, you don't even have veto rights, even if you think otherwise. It must be a decision of the board in its policy. Then you are singled out $72 million. Then you check your stomach to see whether it is there, right? I don't know. You have your husband, or your boyfriend.
I'm single.
You can, right. When you marry and your husband gets such a problem, find out from how it looks like. You're a woman.
How did you feel, Prof?
Well, I felt bad. That why?
How bad did you feel?
Bad that people are just trying to give me, what do you call it, a funny name.
Why would anybody want to do that?
I don't know. So you have to find out. You see, your work also is to do some research. You need to do the research and find out why people want to do that to me.
Well, part of the research is talking to you and asking you some of these questions that you have the answers. You know the people you deal with.
No. The whole thing was led by your station. So maybe you know why you were doing that.
It's an investigative report.
Right. Did you do detailed work before you came out? Because later on you came out to tell the world that this thing is working.
Well,
this
that's
is working.
our job. So we find out.
So first you kill the person, then you find ways and means of taking him to hospital.
Don't you agree that it was just difficult to just remove the name of the board chairman or the names of the people?
It's because you don't know the functions of the board. That is the problem that you are facing. If you know the functions of the board, you remove the board out of it. You don't know the functions of the board, and you have to go and read.
We do know that in Ghana, board chairmen and board members have a lot of power when it comes to
No. I don't think so with my
affairs.
state. No, I don't think so. Maybe you want to bully the people, but I don't think so. I never operated that way. And you can ask the then Director General or any member of the SNIB when I was chairing. No, we don't do that. You know the composition of the board? Some of them in terms of experience.
How did your family feel about this when it happened?
Well, they felt bad because as the father of the house. But they were confident that I've done nothing because I'm very open to my family, even my small boy. Right? They were very confident, except that they felt bad about it. But they were confident. And
along the line, you lost your sister.
In fact, it was the very day that the news came out. You see, that day was a funny day. Woke up in the morning and calls. And about snitch. So I was answering calls and all that. Then in the evening, what happened? I got a call about my sister. I said, what a day. What a day. So the emotions made me to write a piece. And I'll read that piece every year. 23rd August, I have the piece there. I'll read it every year.
Your wife tells me she managed it quite well with you that evening.
She did very well. She did very well. I mean, she's a very loving and caring wife. She knows how to manage situations. And she did very, 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 very well. You have to marry her because you complement each other. You have to marry.
I will, Prof. I will, Prof. So as we end this conversation, can you tell me your strategy? How are you going to gather support for the party in 2020?
Oh, support for the party 2020.
What's the strategy?
Okay. You know, I'm presenting myself, or I'll be presenting myself as the unifier of our great party. So what I intend to do is to get the founder, former Jerry Rawlings, to campaign. I will get former President Mama to campaign. I will get former chairman of the party, Obeda Samoa, to campaign. I will get all aspirants to campaign. In fact, I will get everybody on board.
How?
Right? Because I'll go and talk to them.
Okay. They will listen to you?
They will listen to me. It is our party. It is our party. And if we all go around to campaign, I don't think our party will lose 2020. We'll win it. So I will get former President Lawrence to campaign. I will get Obeda Sama to campaign. I will get former President Mama to campaign. I will get everybody on board to campaign. And I will campaign myself. So you can see when we spread out to every village, I'm telling you, like bees, there will be no breathing space for the NPP. No breathing space.
You think they will give you breathing space?
Oh, we went into the last election with half strength. And you agree with me, because you agree with me that the grassroots just decided not to vote for us.
Well, so the Kwesi report we have seen says.
Okay, so that's what you have seen. And that one I agree with you. So
that one you agree with our reports we have seen.
So you see, if we're able to get all these members on board, full strength, I'm telling you, there's no way we will lose that election.
A possible contender tells me he's not happy that the party is keeping the Kwesi report under lock and key. I spoke to Kukwani Doho not long ago. He says it contains election 2020 strategy, so it cannot be public. How do you feel about that?
The Deputy General Secretary has just told you that we cannot put out there our strategy for 2020.
You don't need to put everything out there. So you're with the position that let's keep it under lock and key.
Yeah.
You are.
I agree with my executives.
Is that democratic?
I agree with my executives.
Is that democratic enough?
Yes, it's democratic because I'm a member and I agree, not you. You are not a member. So you disagree, but we are members and we agree.
Some of your members actually do disagree. Spill Gabra, I spoke to him. He doesn't agree at all.
Okay. But you should know that if we have 100 this thing and 3 say no, that does not mean that that's the opinion of the people.
Well, as a unifier that you, the unifier that you want to be, I guess you have a lot of work to do then.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's a big challenge, but we will succeed.
How do you relax?
I relax. When I relax by looking at my wife's beautiful face. I enjoy looking at her face. I relax. As I'm looking at you, I'm relaxing. It's very interesting. I like cooking. I like cooking.
You like cooking? I
like cooking, just to wind down and listen to CNN and BBC. And
those make you relax?
Of course, yes. You read the world, you listen to world politics. You relax. Now the issue is about Jerusalem. We listen to it, waiting to see what will happen. We pray for the world. We're in the dark room.
Wine, romantic candlelight night with your wife?
She does that a lot. She has a lot of them. She has a lot of them.
So that's a nice way that you guys relax?
Yeah, we relax in the evening, in the bedroom. In the bedroom. We relax.
You seem to have a very serious fondness for your wife. The last time I spoke to her, she said, you are the wisest man she has seen. Is she exaggerating?
It's true. Because my mother told me the same thing. My father also told me. So it's true. And my wife. And my kids. So if you don't tell me that, I don't care. Because my wife tells me, my mother also told me, and my children.
You've been in politics before. How did they feel about that? And now that you want to go into politics, I mean, in even a bigger role, how do they feel about that?
My family?
Insults, yes.
My family? Insults. Even as the vice chancellor of UPSA, a lot of insults, right? No, when you want to transform a system, right, forget about insults.
Okay.
What you have to do is to show the product. I got a lot of insults in UPSA, but I'm out of UPSA now. This is the product. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how life is. Sometimes in our country, we don't appreciate excellence. Sometimes. But I'm very happy that in my case, the country appreciated.
Okay.
And they awarded me for it. The university awarded me. I was the chairman of Accra Polytechnic, now the Accra Technical University, Governing Council. And before I left, they gave me a nice citation. I did very, very well. In fact, we bought land somewhere, right? And they are reorganizing the whole place, right? They were very happy. The statutes and the condition of service, we kept all those systems in place. Okay. So they were very happy with me. Okay. And I must say that I love them, Accra Technical University. Right, I love that university. Okay.
Well, you're listening to my conversation with Professor Joshua Alabi. It's been an interesting conversation. Talk about politics, talk about academics, talk about family, love, romance, you know. Prof, we're ending this conversation, but I want to find out from you what's your highest point and what has been your lowest point in life?
Highest point. Highest point. Whew. You see, my highest point was, I've forgotten the year, but when I was confirmed at the Anglican Church, my highest point.
Many years ago, I guess.
Yeah, I felt something in me, right? And now I'm a member.
You're watching The Pulse. I'm Arabu Kumsin. We're taking a short break, but be sure not to go away, because when we return, I have a special guest in the studio who's selling Ghana outside the shores of the country. Stay tuned.